Now, it was a different vibe entirely today at the White House between Zelensky and Trump. It seemed much more friendly compared to that meeting that was held earlier in the year. But there were some interesting moments today. Here is Donald Trump hosting world leaders, showing off his fight, fight, fight painting.
Not a good day. That was not a great day.
He has to make sure no one is missing that. And here is Italy's brilliant Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, rolling her eyes when the Chancellor of Germany tries to lecture Trump.
And let's try to put pressure on Russia, because the credibility of these efforts we are undertaking today are depending on at least a ceasefire from the beginning of the serious negotiations from next step on. So I would like to emphasize this aspect and would like to see a ceasefire from the next meeting, which should be a trilateral meeting wherever it takes place.
It's certainly not the first time she's been caught on camera rolling her eyes during high-level meetings. What do you make of that reaction?
Well, I think you're correct about her rolling her eyes. It's not the first time, but also it was also the grimace caught my attention, the way she's pursing her lips with a grimace at what he was saying. I actually remembered that when Trump was introducing all of those leaders at the beginning of the meeting, it actually fascinated me how he did, compliment each one. And he said that Keir Starmer was his friend and is doing a good job. I don't know how he thinks he's doing a good job or where he thinks he's doing a good job. But so certainly, Giorgia Meloni, she is obviously doing very well in Italy and just what Italy needs. And I think she was disgusted, and you can see that on her face.
I want to talk to you about the media's reaction and the media's kind of meltdown when covering the meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. I mean, outlets like ABC, CBS were freaking out that the red carpet was being rolled out and there was a warm handshake. And MSNBC host Nicolle Wallace was cursing on air while saying that Trump doesn't care about democracy. And then another host claimed that she was more prepared than Donald Trump for a meeting with Putin. Look at this.
The possibility of sanctions, it is not clear that any of that was discussed. It is possible we were more prepared for this meeting than he was.
Oh, you probably take that to the bank.
I mean, even from MSNBC and looking at their standard of coverage, which is pretty low, they're just outrageous claims.
Well, you know what, Gabriella? They can whine all they want. They can complain all they want. Biden never got this done. Putin went into Crimea under Obama's watch and nothing was done. And that gave him the signal that anytime there's a Democrat in the office, you can do what you want, because certainly he did not make an incursion while President Trump was in office in his first term in 2016. Crimea happened in 2014. So they can whine all they want. Like I said, it's the Democrats' basically fault for letting Putin, give me a naughty child and I'll give you a weak parent. And we had a weak presidency with Obama and Biden in terms of things abroad, and that's the result.